mentioned your career. Um, you were working at Madison Square Garden, field marketing manager. You were handling the replays there. Uh, you met the hedge fund manager. Was it the hedge fund manager that kind of bridged you into the financial services space? How did that come about? Because I think that's interesting. That's an interesting
That is.
kind of right place, right time kind of scenario.
Oh yeah. You know what? I had a lot of cash just from leveraging my relationships on the side. I was also working at Nike at the time, so I had, I had my hand in a lot of different, I had a lot of different fires going. And you ever see the movie Mr. Brooks with Kevin Costner?
Mr.
He's
Brooks.
a CEO of a box company and also a serial murderer. Great movie. If you have
Okay, all
time,
right, I gotta check that one out. All right.
there's a scene at the end of the movie. He's taking his victim to a graveyard, and he has a key. And the victim was like, "Well, why do you have a key?" Well, the victim didn't know he was a victim yet. But the victim was like, "Why do you have a key to a graveyard?" He's like, "Oh, I have lots of investments." He's like, he reiterated why a graveyard. He's like, "Well, you want to invest in things that people will never run out of, and graveyards and baby formula are pretty safe bets." And from that moment on, then I realized, then I had this cash sitting around. I figured, let me figure out how to invest. So I made a list of what I thought those everyday necessity companies were, and that was my first little portfolio. I remember doing. I researched them for about a month. I remember sitting. It was the summer that the Liberty had first went to New Jersey while they did the renovations at the Garden. I remember doing research courtside because there wasn't many replay during the Liberty games. So I remember doing research and combing through statements and seeing what their market share was. I had bought Johnson Johnson, Procter and Gamble, a water company, a funeral service company, and maybe one more. And that was my first and Alibaba. Remember that? And that was my first little portfolio. And then actually I left the Garden, and then I was just day trading at home for about a year and a half.
Wow.
And that's what got me into. So and then I had friends and family trying to give me money, and I said, let me figure out how to do this the right way before I start taking people's money. And so I researched how to get licensed, and then I came across New York Life. One of the partners recruited me, and the rest is history.
Wow. Wow. So you started with the day trading.
Yeah.
That is a very unconventional start, right? Typically, people are usually they find there's a recruiter or someone who, they meet and then they start day one learning from that point on.
You know what? The day trading, yes. I think another biggest part of it. It took me a while to get my license. It might take like 6 months to get it approved. It was something crazy. But I was at the office every day. I went to the office every day. And this is before I did not know the meetings were not mandatory. So I was just showing up. I went to every session. I got dressed every day. I went Monday to Friday. I was in there, and I was just so blown away by the information. I was like, oh my God, I can set the world on fire with this. Are you kidding me? There's like between myself and my own family and whoever's around me, this is life changing. Oh my God. And that's it. And then that excitement, that build up for those 6 months. Like when I first did, once I got licensed in June, like from June to December, everything was on autopilot because I had so much information built up and so many conversations that I had. I guess what do you call it? When you lead a girl on, I had so many conversations. Oh yeah, I had so many conversations that were stringing along.
Yeah,
waiting to get licensed. I'm like, not. And then when I was ready, it was an easy transition.
It's like floodgates just open up soon as. I mean, you had to be doing well day trading for people to say, "Hey, can you do something with my money?"
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I think back then I was making so what's so crazy is I've blocked out time of my day to rehone my skills. A lot more discipline. So it's I think back then I might have been making like maybe $150 a day. I had a couple big days. I remember I had like a few $10,000 days,
Yeah.
but nowhere near as disciplined as what I'm doing now with all the information. But yeah. Interesting. We're
No, absolutely. So you get started, you take some time to get your licensing standpoint, but during this time you're going to the meetings every single day, not knowing that they weren't mandatory. However, how do you feel? What advantage do you feel like they gave you
man.
going to those non-mandatory meetings?
I feel like that information, that not knowing that was that set me up. Now that and I just realized maybe like a year ago, I was like, wait, I have to do these? Oh, I'm not gonna leave now. I mean, I'm here already. I'm gonna just say, oh, it's still information. I'm nothing else to do. I'll have a meeting after this. And all my meetings were scheduled after the morning meeting, so I had no reason to not go. But no, I think that those meetings are crucial.
Yeah, it's important.
Oh my God! But they also need. I mean, everyone's different. Everyone learns differently. I think effective trainers
Yeah.
is also very important. I had I had this maybe what all the partners always did it. Everyone in that office was a great storyteller. So they
Mm-hmm.
all had something, some riveting story to tell to pass the message on. Um, and then the information is also just so amazing. And at the same time, when I was starting my family, so let me get one of those and get one of those.
Right, right,
This one's for me.
right.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Say, child, okay, your college fund gonna be good,
Yeah.
No, I get so I think that's important. You mentioned a couple things. One, going to the meetings and taking advantage of that information because people come into this business sometimes and you wanna start at the finish line. Maybe they see someone like yourself who's had success and they're brand new and they're like, yeah, I'm trying to get there, but they're not realizing that, hey, look, I really studied this stuff, you know what I mean? Like, and I practiced it and the second thing you mentioned, which is having, good training as well. And obviously in order to find the value in that training, you have to make sure that you're coachable,
Yeah.
and open, to receiving, what your trainers have. There's a phrase that I hear a lot, meeting mentality, making sure that you're showing up. Cause a lot of times it's 1099, if you're 1099 or volunteer army, nobody's going to make you or twist your arm to do anything.
Yeah.
However, those that put forth the effort are usually the ones who are going to be ahead of the game when it's all said and done. So yeah, so you're starting at that point, 6 months in, you're rolling, and eventually, you branch out.
Yes. Um, I'm rolling. Also, media content is now getting more financy. Billions started. I started watching Billions. I was
Mm-hmm.
watching Billions as I was studying for my 63 and 7. And I'm like, oh my God, this is so amazing. What on earth? I had, I think, I don't know what. Oh, I got approached by a competitor. Yeah, approached by a competitor. And I started trying to, leveraging, I guess, my status to stay or not. And I was like, you know what? I'll stay. And I knew the answer was already, but I figured I'd say it. So it was actually tangible. They couldn't say I was just leaving for, selfish reasons. I say, I'll stay if you let me go operate as Everett Capital. And now we can't do that. But, okay, great. Well, so I
Mm,
do this over here.
yeah.
And yeah. And that's how Everett Capital started.
Nice. So you say, hey, look, I got to branch out. I got to build my brand.
Mm-hmm.
And how has that changed your approach to the business versus being in an organization with, longstanding history, obviously brand awareness, track record? How has it been transitioning to now? You've had your own firm for how long now? It's been your firm
19 to now.
since 2019. So how has that transition, been coming from the brand to
The
your own
transition, I haven't noticed any real change in the flow of my business that I haven't been directly responsible for. I have never had anyone reach out to me because I was at a certain or tied down or a W-2 employee at a certain company or not. They might have been on the website, but they still, end up seeing my face and clicked on me. So it's always been my brand. And now, and when you do establish your own footing in this space, you can place business wherever you see fit.
Absolutely, absolutely. That's what I wanted you to say. It's like at the end of the day, people are buying you.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah, exactly. And because I wouldn't I don't have very many clients there's a few of them who are very in sync with what's going on. But I don't even want them calling the service center. If you have an issue, let's let me I'll knock it out for you. What's the problem?
Call me direct. No, that's what's up. That's what's up. That's what's up. So, now, building this, building, your business and kind of taking that route, where do you, what kind of is keeping you motivated? Like, what are the objectives there? Where are you looking to go with it?
What's keeping me motivated now? I'm always motivated by sharing the information with people who need it around me and who want it. And I think that's enough motivation. Now I'm seeing I'm at a crossroads again, and I'm seeing another bigger picture be unveiled to me, like what's possible, and who and understanding everyone's agendas. No one really has a bad one, but everyone is in the business of themselves. So trying to figure out what being in the business of myself and my household and family really looks like is something I'm kind of researching and experiencing now.
No, that's a big statement. That's a big statement. I won't probe you on that one, like on the record, but that sounds like a off camera conversation.